Yo, what's poppin' peeps? T-Money up in the Heezy. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's had a good weekend. Here to do something a little different from the normal. Was bored, so I just got the itch to film a video. So I recently watched, for like the 10th time, a little movie by the name of The Slayer, brought to us very recently by Arrow Video. This was a highly sought after, highly obscure / sought after film from the 80s that nobody, unless you were fortunate enough to have the shitty, well, the best DVD, the only DVD that released there was in the States of this. Most people didn't see this movie, myself included, so I was really excited when I heard that Arrow was going to be bringing out a obscure slasher from the 80s, you know, much like other films like The Mutilator and Blood Rage and stuff like that, kind of in that line of subgenre of horror, so I was thrilled. Now, this film, after watching it so many times, I think I've kind of formed a pretty solid opinion of it. I would say, first of all, I wouldn't recommend this film unless you're really into slashers and you're trying to seek out something new. Maybe you haven't seen, I'd say maybe it's like a second or third tier, or maybe even a third or fourth tier slasher. It's not anything, I don't even think it's anywhere near as good as films like The Mutilator and Blood Rage, but it's still fun. And what I love about it is it blends the creature feature and the slasher subgenre together into one. Because you have your stock and slash, you know, alphabetical order of kills, per se. You know, and I think a lot of time is a lot of effort in this film was put into the special makeup effects, making sure the kills were beyond decent. I don't, what am I trying, adequate? No. Good kills. I mean, there's a lot of energy, I think, put into that. So, that being said, if you like 80s slashers that have good special effects, kind of a meh story, I would recommend it. I'd say what I loved about the film was the creature here that you see featured on the cover. Really cool. Good story. The acting was a little bit, especially by the lead here, it was a little, I don't want to say overacted, but that's exactly what it was. So it was a little hard to watch at times, her performance, but I've seen worse. It wasn't to the point where it annoyed me so much that I had to turn it off by any means. I like this film. Just want to let that be known. But I do have problems. So I think the first half of the film, or maybe even the first 3/4 of the film, are really good. You've got the atmosphere established, group of people going on a vacation. This woman, she's an actress. She's overworked, stressed. She's having these bad nightmares. Her boyfriend says, hey, your brother can get us a trip to this beautiful island. It's paradise. You need a break. You need to go on vacation. So what do? They fly on a little private plane to this isolated island, kind of off-season. There's nobody there. They make that clear. The island itself doesn't really look like paradise, to be perfectly honest. But it's still cool. You get the idea that they're on an island, isolated, and yeah, that's cool. It's great. So the atmosphere is there for me. I love slashers that take place anywhere isolated with a group of people. What's a little bit different about this film is that the cast is adults. They're not like adolescents or teens or like Friday the 13th, the early Friday the 13th movies, or the, you know, Michael Myers, any of that. You've got young adults, I'd say maybe in their 40s. So that's not even really young adult, like, you know what I mean, like midlife crisis adults. Midlife crisis age adults going on this trip. So that was kind of unique in itself. So, where am I going? I'm losing my train of thought here. So, I guess what I really liked about it was the setting. They established the isolation and the island, and that was great. The special effects were good. The kills were good. They're like, there's a kill involving a pitchfork, which is awesome. You know, top notch. I'd say as good as anything in The Mutilator or Blood Rage. Then there's a kill where a guy gets like pretty much like, it's hard to explain, but suffocated from the neck. It's really hard to explain, but it's really cool. He's basically trapped by the neck. Like if you can imagine the scene in Creepshow in Something to Tide You Over, where what's his name, Leslie Nielsen buries the two up to their necks. Well, this guy is like It's hard to explain, but it reminded me of that scene. Anyway, grotesque, bloody, good. There's another scene that reminded me of the slasher Bloodhook, involving a fishing line and a dude getting suffocated and yanked by a mega-sized fish line, or fish hook. It was pretty good, too. So overall, I like all those things. They're great, but this movie kind of takes a big dive for me in the fourth quarter. I just didn't like... I had so many questions. Like the dude, for instance, who flies them to this island, shows up last second, and doesn't say a word. He just kind of, like, pops up while the girl is, like, in this major nightmare, like, gung-ho, ready to kill this beast that's in her dreams. All of a sudden, this guy appears to be breaking into the house. Who does she think? What does she think? If somebody's trying to... If she's, like, barricaded in a house... and armed, you know, to attack any intruders, she's not going to know. It just pissed me off because all the guy had to say is, yo, it's me. Nothing. He didn't say a word. He just tried to break in, like, and then she stabbed his finger, or she stabs his finger, or his hand, rather, with a fork or something like that, and he doesn't say a word. He just tries to break in from another entrance, and at that point, he gets what he deserves. He gets fucking killed. Shot with a, I don't know what those guns are, where they shoot with a, when it's like an SOS or whatever, and you shoot the gun and it illuminates the light. Sorry guys, I'm drawing a blank there, but anyway, the dude, it just pissed me off. It's like, dude, you just had to say something, and you didn't say anything. That really bothered me. And then just the like, so there's a problem. Spoilers here. I'm discussing the film. If you're watching this video, hopefully you've already seen the film. So going forward, I'm going to spoil the shit out of this movie, so just know that. But, like, why? Okay, so I get it. The whole movie's a dream. Kay wakes up as a child at the end, and you find out the whole movie was a dream. But the sequence before that, where she has the final confrontation with the beast, you're waiting the whole movie to see the reveal of the monster. When the monster's revealed, yeah, it's goofy, but the special effects are fantastic. It's great, but essentially what you have is she busts out the door and the beast comes in, spooks her like, "Woo, I'm here," and then it cuts to like she's up, awakes. So there's no final showdown or anything. They just confront each other, and you're to assume that she died. She gets, you know, killed by the beast in her dream, but then she wakes up. So there's nothing. It was just a big letdown for me. The whole, like, last 5 minutes of the film, really, I haven't felt this way about an ending destroying the experience, the entire experience, you know, like, souring or spoiling the entire experience of the film in the last 5 minutes. You've got this awesome film, you know, great setting, great cast, great story established, great special effects, great kills, awesome. And then the last 5 minutes, you fucking ruin it. Like, 1, 2, 3, like, total, it was just really disappointing, I guess, to me. It just really bothered the shit out of me that the movie ended the way that it did. The guy comes to, I'm assuming, to try and help her to escape from the island because there's a storm, and the only one who can charter them out of there is this pilot that you don't know is there. You assume he left in the beginning when he dropped them off because he's like, oh no, this island's bad, you know, hinting to, it's kind of like your typical Friday the 13th, you're all doomed character, you're doomed, like that sort of thing, you know, forewarning type thing. And then, so this guy comes back at the end, doesn't say a word after he gets stabbed in the hand trying to break into the house, and fucking killed. And then, essentially, she opens the door to the house, the beast appears, and then, boom, cut. It's like, really? You fucking showed all these awesome, I almost just lost my balance there, all these awesome kills, and you're just waiting for this reveal, this showdown. And if this film had that, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Like, if this movie had an awesome showdown with Kay, your main character, the girl who's dreaming of this beast, at the end it would have been such a better film. But in my opinion, it was just really, really hurt by that ending. So yeah, I don't know. Otherwise, guys, I recommend this film. I don't think, still, even so, it's obscure and it's a gem. And it's a nice release. And it's definitely worthy of having in your collection. I love it, you know. I've watched it almost a dozen times just because I love it so much up until that ending, but it just bothers the shit out of me. So yeah, I just wanted to know your opinion and obviously state mine about this film. If you guys have seen this, drop a line, let's talk about it. Just trying to do things differently here, try and incorporate you know, reviews and movie chat, not just unboxing. So, yeah. So, guys, let me know what you think of the Slayer from 1981, directed by J.S. Cardone, who did The Forsaken. I actually just picked that movie up, and also I picked up another movie that he directed as well, and now I'm forgetting the name of it, just because I like this. But yeah. So anyway, guys, let's chat about the Slayer. Let me know your thoughts. All right. Catch you on the flip side. Peace.